Hi everyone, welcome back to the Art of Safe Scumming. Today we're going to be looking at another video for Slaanesh, specifically how to use chariots, because Slaanesh has some of the best chariots in the game. So the situation that we have here is that we have a disciple army that was spawned this turn. It hasn't degraded or anything like that. We have reinforcements coming in, and we're outpowering them big time. But the situation here is we have a lord, and then we have another army that was supposed to come in. So because we vastly outpower this army, what we're going to do actually is only use the chariots. And this would be a great way to showcase what it is that we're trying to do. Now, as I mentioned, this army is going to come in 2 minutes. So what we're going to do is actually beat this lord up a little bit with the cav. And then after that, we'll only use the chariots as necessary. And we won't use our second army nearly at all. So, here we go. We have this nice wide open space to demonstrate these chariots. Also, while we're waiting, don't forget that we're trying to push the channel over 1,000 subscribers. So if you feel so inclined, it would help us reach that monetization goal. These videos just go farther if you're bringing something into the platform. So that lord will have an issue rather rapidly. And we just want to keep her on the field until these reinforcements come in. All of our reinforcements, again, we're just going to hide them. We don't really need them. Now, Slaanesh is a very micro-intensive faction. So, I think that that's why a lot of people will find it a little bit more difficult. Okay, so that's all we needed to do. Get those out of here. And now we have these chariots. Wait for those archers to come out of the woods there. And we're just going to hide these guys up here, and hopefully we can snipe that lord later. We can probably army loss this second army without ever even fighting the lord. But we might do that anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and charge these in now that we've got stuff coming out. And we're going to aim for the archers first because they can do the most damage to us. But then we're going to take one of these and we're going to run it into probably these dryads here. You can charge into spearmen. You just have to be careful about the terrain that you do it in. So when you get close here, you're going to see that we're going to go into charge. And they actually cut us off there, so we're not going to do that. But and it knocks them out of the way. You then recover, keep on charging. You need to keep your chariots moving constantly to keep them from being ambushed. And Slaanesh chariots do a lot of damage. Now, we'll be monitoring the kill count. We have no kills. So I'm going to go ahead and opine on how these should be used and how many you should load into your army. Because this is a demonstration of tactics. In a head-to-head battle with straight up two armies clashing together, you would send your chariots out front to confuse the back line and do some initial damage on some key targets. And then micro them as needed throughout the battle. But you can't leave them in sustained melee. See, that was a spearman. We were able to get right through that because we're using the terrain on our side. We have a little bit of an incline right here, and that gives us enough speed to be able to punch through that formation. So right here, this is a bad situation. We got kind of tangled up a little bit. We want to make sure that we get those guys out of there. And also mine the missiles, because they obviously do pretty good damage against us. I would say 2 chariots for most people, maybe 3 at max. About 3 is all I can handle microing myself. There we go. I get both of those out of there. And we're just going to keep rinse, wash, and repeat. Or wash, rinse, repeat, excuse me. Of course, want to make sure that the missiles don't have any opportunity to shoot at us. But you can see here that we have this nice little hill to gain some momentum. and then get them out. Kills 6, 21. That one's got 9. Hasn't even begun its charge yet. There we go. Use this one over here, this little rise, to gain some momentum. This would be a bad place to start a charge because we're gonna go uphill. We'll bring him through over here. This is one of the things that makes the Disciple army so potent, because you almost always get chariots. And this little army here only costs us devotees, so you can use it to defend your regions when you're not actively running armies there. You see, this one has 61 kills. This one has 6. That one has 21. You can see that we are getting a little bit beat up on a few of these. As long as we don't lose any units, it doesn't matter. They will regen after the battle.
Seekers of Slaanesh!
That was not a great one. You can see why it is that I chose a small-scale battle to do this on. But this is only effective against mass infantry. If you're messing with any cav, you need to make sure that you either seduce the cav or take the cav out at the very beginning of the battle. Usually with these guys would be a really good way to do that. But any cav will absolutely destroy this strategy because they can tie up these chariots and do pretty good damage to them. They are very, very much a glass cannon.
Pain is a gift. A dance of pain.
These lords in there might give us a problem.
True thrill. Bend to our will. It brings access. Delicious.
If they're not in formation, spearmen are much easier to charge through because they're not braced.
Sensation. Bringers of joyous degradation. Seekers.
We're gonna have to be pretty careful about what we charge into from here on out. Ooh, crap. Might lose one.
The deepest pleasure. Bringers of joyous degradation. Seeking sin.
We're gonna let that go so that we can get it off the battlefield, hopefully. Charge that right back in. Use this as a distraction. Oop, hung up. We just charged up that rise there.
Pain is a gift. A dance of pain. Supple servants of Slaanesh.
The vigor of the unit also plays a role, so this unit, I guarantee you, I bet you all three of these are tired. So what we're going to do now is, after we get this archer unit off the battlefield, we should only have to charge it. Yeah, we're going pretty slow. Yeah, that was a mistake. So we're going to take these two, and we're going to set them up here. We're going to try and get this out without losing any units. We are taking some damage. Did we lose one? No, we didn't. And very tired. So we're just going to pull all this out and let it regen some vigor. And it looks like they're taking a defensive position here, which actually is to our advantage. So right now we're sitting at 55, 44, and 87 kills. Obviously, so these are the Seeker Chariots, so this is the least of the chariots. And to be honest, this is the only faction that I actually like chariots with. And I'm not a fan of the Chaos Chariots. I don't think they do a very good job. But for some reason, the Slaanesh Chariots work pretty well. We need to hit those missiles. And we need to hit those spearmen first. So them, and then we're going to position this one, and it's going to go for the archers. Did we route the archers? No, I don't think we did. No, we did not. We really need to get the archers off the field. They're really the only thing that threatens our chariots at this point in time. Alright, got the archers. So now we just have to keep them from rallying, and we should be able to push them off the battlefield. And as long as those magic casters don't get super active on us, we should be alright. And I guess we'll do the same thing with the Dryads over here. Try to push them off the battlefield. Yeah, I think those Dryads are going to leave now. And that should not be a... they might get in formation. Oh, they got in formation. Crap.
Sin and depravity. There we fruit. Seekers of Slaanesh. Death through sensation.
You see I messed up their formation with the previous charge, so now that they have been put back together, so the subsequent hit with the chariots, not enough speed. It's really a speed and terrain management situation. Like, they can get hit from both sides here. If those lords go into melee with the chariots, they'll definitely beat them. So, okay, so now we just need to push this unit off the field, and if the if the lords don't rout, then we'll bring in the cav, I guess, because it's pretty difficult to do any substantial damage to lords with chariots. It's just not what they're designed for. I could also bring Nikari in and get some experience on him. Yeah. Yeah, because they didn't rout. So that's what we'll do. So we've essentially won this battle. We've routed all their infantry. But we're just going to finish this off real quick. And you can see we got 98 kills, 121, and 148. And we will leave these up here. There are no missing chariots, so if we take them up there, and assuming they don't take any more damage during this battle, we should regen them at the end of the battle. And you can see our chariots are still at full health. So, let's see, we got one kill with this, so that would have been a lord. Nikari was not in this army, so he got the other kill. And then all the rest of the kills were obtained using only the chariots. Alright guys and gals, that is a look at how you use chariots to maximum effectiveness. Obviously, the better the chariot, the more damage that you're going to be able to do. Those were, again, the baseline chariots that we get from just a disciple army. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It helps out quite a bit. And we're trying to get this channel over 1,000 subs. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you on another video here at the Art of Safe Scumming.